This is the Algo Futures Trader Weekly Market Roundup, and this is the Algo Futures Trader 7 for NinjaTrader 7. AFT is an opening morning automated breakout strategy. Some important components of that strategy are, first, this no trade zone. This is that blue shaded area here. So no trades will be generated inside that zone. We need to see the market break out of that zone in order for the system to generate any trade signals. In this case, you see there was a long trade signal, though. This is the M2K, the micro contract on the Russell. And this is Thursday's trading action. I wanted to take a look at Thursday in particular to see how we handled that particular day. But some of the other components here is we have to see, in order for the system to generate an automatic trade, is to see that the market is breaking out of that no trade zone. In this case, it was breaking out to the upside, but it also has to be above the VWAP. That's this kind of thick dashed line here. Price also has to be above this, what we call the USAR, right? That's these lighter dotted lines here. That's a short-term, basically, trend indicator. So we have to see price above those areas in order for the system to generate a signal. Now, the other thing is even though this can be completely automated, so if you just turn automatic trading on and it's set to fully automated and we're taking both the long trades and the short trades, right, it will execute all the trades, manage all the trades, move the stops, targets come out automatically, everything. But we don't want to trade it like a black box. So what we'll do is we have some filters that we like to use in addition to the filter that's built in here, the trade light filter, right, which you see at the bottom here. When this is all green, that means it's okay to take long trades. If this turns all red, it would mean okay to take short trades. So everything lined up here for the system to send a signal to execute a long trade here. But we have discretion, and so some of the other tools that we use, let me just introduce you to our a couple of tools that we use and you can have access to. First is our Discord server. So there are links below, so you can connect with us here, and you can see this is the welcome page here. You can go through that, and then getting started. So everything you need to know to get started with AFT7. AFT8 is in beta right now, but you can download that. And then if you come down to the trade floor here where it says AFT John Trading, I do a commentary in the morning before the market opens to kind of set up the day. And one of the things I'll be looking at, and what you'll have access to as well through the Discord server, is our Alpha Web Trader. And this has a number of different components to it. But what I want to focus on, a couple of things here, and that is first the alpha bias. So market has opened up. It's Sunday evening now, and you see almost everything is red here. And it looks like mid caps and small caps are the weaker markets here. Your Nasdaq's a little bit stronger, even though everything is negative here. That tells us that we want to be focusing on the short side. All right, and maybe ignoring any long breakouts that happen. The other thing that we look at is the gap bias in the morning. So I'll come in the morning and figure out which direction is the gap. Do we have a gap up, a gap down? Is that gap outside of the prior day's range or inside the prior day's range? Because they have different probabilities. So if we have a gap that opens inside the prior day's range, whether it's up or down, the tendency is about 75 or about 70% of the time that gap is going to fill. And we can use that as a filter to filter out, if we have an inside gap down, like I believe we did on Friday, that means the market tendency will be to rise at some point to fill the gap back to the prior day's close. So we might ignore the short trades that morning and just focus on the long trades, expecting that, prices are going to try to fill the gap. Now, on Thursday, when we looked at the gap, we had what we call an outside gap up. All right, so that's why I just labeled this OGU. And that tells us the trend should be up. And so we just want to focus on the long side. Now, in the M2K, we only had one trade right? That was to the long side, so it was in the direction that we wanted to look. And this is just when you just want to get in and let this thing just manage the trade. So you would have held this thing, into the afternoon, and would have stopped somewhere right in here below the USAR here around 2 o'clock. All right, but that's what we're looking for. Is we don't just want to trade it like a black box. We want to use some filters like our alpha bias, like the gap filter, to give us an idea which trades to ignore and which trades to focus on. And again, all the links will be below the video for the Discord server. That's free to sign up. A ton of great information in there. You've got the developer of this software program there, which is Tom, who's a hedge fund trader. And this is based on basically what he uses for the hedge fund to trade with. So you get a lot of market experience, a lot of great commentary. We just had one of our members in the Discord server passed her trading challenge and has become a funded trader. So a lot of great stuff happening, and it's all free. If you just click on the links below to get started, you can download AFT7 or AFT8, which is in beta. It's free to download. Use it as long as you would like in sim mode, so that you can perfect your strategy. And then when you're ready to go live, you can either lease the software or purchase a license. All right, hope that's helpful, and we'll take a look at the markets again next week.